Welcome to Thorough Customs. This is Ruben. Before we get into the actual video of the review for Rogue, just wanted to touch base on a goal here. We want to try getting up to 50 subscribers. 100 would be a great number, but I set a goal 50 for October. It was like a 15-day goal. We're at 21 right now, and I just wanted to just real quickly show what would be given away at 50, and if we get to 100, what the potential will be for that as well. At 50, in the comments, if you leave a comment, I'll randomly select anybody in the comments of this video and the other video on Morph and Mantis update. Leave a comment there, and at 50 subscribers, I want to give away one of these jackets. It's basically the same jacket as you find on the Rogue MU universe, but this one's black, obviously, which you can do a lot of custom work with that, or more of a brownish color. And then if you don't want one of those ones, there's a longer version that is brown, and you'll see that the flexibility of these is remarkable. I wouldn't put it too far, but it's a lot more flexible than the Marvel Universe jackets that I've experienced so far. So that's what I want to give out for at 50 subscribers. If we get to 100, I want to give out a male trench coat that I've been working on. This is for like a little bit bigger male, and it's just a work in progress. I'm still trying to iron out the details on the collar part, but there's another one as well that's working really well, and this one has little danglies. So at 100 subscribers, if we get to that by end of this month, we only have a couple more days. I want to give for sure, I want to try getting these out when we're at 50. But if we get 100, I'll give out a trench coat along with some heads, and if we get to 100, I'll even throw in some heads with the 50. So I'll give out the female and the male if we get to 100. Plus, I'll throw in some extra stuff. But I just want to give you a heads up on what we're trying to do as far as what's available if we hit these goals. And if not, it's all good, like I said. But I'm making these things and trying to improve on my casting abilities, and I just have some extra stuff, so I want to share with you guys. If you're interested, subscribe, leave a comment in this video and in the Mantis and Morph / Cyclops video, and I'm going to randomly pick a person at 50 subscribers, and then that person will get one of the female jackets. I'll go ahead and get in contact with you which one you'd like, and then at 100 I'll get in contact with you, and one person will get a male trench coat, and another person will get a female jacket and some extra goods, maybe some hands, some heads, and stuff I've been working on that are kind of surplus in my experimenting. So I just want to share that real quick before the video, and we'll go from there. Anyway, I hope you enjoy exploring Rogue with me, and we'll catch you on the flip side. As promised, wanted to throw up this video. We're going to be looking at the XMEN 97 Rogue 4-inch figure. Here's the box. Pretty standard so far in comparison to all the other boxes. Of course, you have figure in front, action figures in the at the beginning, at the front of the box, and she's right there in the middle side. There's your profile picture and a picture of her on the bottom. Back has all the tensions and warnings and copyright stuff, and of course picture of her on the top, and the team again, Epic Series on the bottom. And hopefully maybe we can get Beast, maybe we're gonna get Bishop, maybe we'll get Morph, maybe another Gene, and maybe even a Jubilee. Wouldn't that be cool? But all those hopefully will be up in the lineup. I don't know. I don't have any intel on it. Top of the package right there is the team again. On bottom with more warnings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and the way you do it, or at least the way I do it is, there's a piece of tape right here, and a piece of tape on the other side, right there. Okay, and you just open it up like that. Got that open, and she will slide right out. There she is. Okay, and inside you're gonna find the paper with the effect, and you also find a little form of documentation. All this stuff is, the warnings and different languages and stuff we don't necessarily need, but it's there, so might as well talk about it, right? And what I'm gonna do real quick, hopefully this won't take long. We're gonna go ahead and snip off these bands. All right, and I've already, I have the 5-pack. I have one Rogue out, and she's pretty good. I like her sculpt. Some features on her are pretty nice. Not really a fan of the effect, but this is her. She stands under 4 inches. She's probably one of the shorter females or shorter characters in the group. Comes with this effect here. And it's basically a punch effect, and it goes on either hand, I believe, but it probably fits better on the left hand, this end, but it will go on this end as well. So it's kind of like a fast punch type thing. I don't know. It's green, translucent, pretty cool effect. Maybe if you make her fly, maybe she's going sonic speeds. I don't know. And then I don't know. So it's a all right effect, I guess. Not necessarily one that, if they just wanted to give everybody effects, so that's the effect they gave her. So there she is, standing at, so if I were to get my scale, okay, she is about 5'6", almost a little bit over 5'6". See that mark there? So she's supposed to be 5'8", and she's pretty close to that spec compared to some of the other Rogue we have. We actually have another one. I should probably pull her out too. But here she is in inches. She runs at 3 feet 3 inches and almost 7/8. She's over 3 3/4, but she's not quite 4. So we'll say 3 and 7/8. 3 inches 7/8. And that's how tall she is. And again, if we convert to scale, she's about 5 foot, probably 5'8", 5'7", maybe 5'8" in scale. So here's my scale marker right there again. So she's actually pretty close to what she's supposed to be in the comics. She's supposed to be 5'8" inches, so that's a good thing. I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see more of her, and hopefully not jack everything up, So I'm actually really pleased with that. Quick articulation sculpt review. So kind of like with Wolverine, she has these shoulder pad type things, so her articulation is going to be hindered going straight up. She will go all the way up, but it's going to be at this angle. Same thing with this side. Okay, but they do go 360, and see, if you push too hard, you start getting rub there on that shoulder. Same thing with this one. I think I already got rub going on. Yep. All right, so her arms, they spread out to about there. They almost go 360 straight up, but not really. Probably like maybe that's like a 60-degree angle. I don't know, 40-degree angle. So not too great an articulation going straight up. Elbows have a pivot and pin. So elbows pivot about that much and that much. And of course they pivot 360 degrees. No articulation of the wrists. Legs go out to about right there. Same thing with this one. Do not go back. Okay, but they do. She can do the Van Damme pretty good. Okay, so we can get her stand. Nope. There we go. She can get in almost complete splits there, and she'll knock over. But she goes out that far. That's pretty good. Her knees bend to about right there on both legs. Okay, and of course they pivot. What's cool about this one is, I think, do they all have pivots here? Let's see. Cyclops. Okay, yeah. So her pivot is actually, so the peg, see, this is the disc, okay, and then the peg goes into the calf. So she pivots like so, like for example, and compared to like a Cyclops, See, the disc is right here, and then the peg goes into the thigh. So when he pivots, I mean, it's almost the same motion, but not quite. You know, his motion will be a little bit different. You know, he's standing there. Obviously, it's not. I'm just going to put them together real quick. I'm working on that morph still. I have not touched him since the last video. But I was going to start putting the thigh cut on him. I just want to show real quick so there's a pivot right there, and when you position him, it's going to pivot a different direction in a way. So it's going to be pivoting like this, whereas she's going to do the same position, and she pivots across the calf instead of the thigh. So instead of going up and down like this, okay, which she kind of could do because of the ball joint there at the thigh, she's going to pivot like so. So she can do a more, I want to say it's a more dynamic looking pose, whereas his looks less dynamic. You see? And so that pivot point's a little bit different. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate that about her in comparison to some of the other epic heroes. Another thing I wanted just to say, you know, kind of overview on the sculpt. So that was the articulation. Again, knees to here, straight. The sculpt here actually prevents that hyperextension, so that's great. And again, the pivot, the pin going down into the calf versus up to the thigh. I think that's a unique design from epic series people. Let's see, the arms. Are the arms the same pin? Yeah, the arms are the same pin. So the pin for the arms still go into the biceps there, and not the forearm. So there's no difference there. Head pivots on the ball joint there. Does not go very little up and down movement on her head. Okay, but it does turn. Her hair is actually, her hair is probably the most stiff of the females that I've seen so far. And I've been talking about Mantis here. Mantis has really soft and pliable hair. I have not finished her either, but she's getting close. And so her hair is probably the stiffest of the epic hero females so far. Just you know, in turning, not quite Marvel Universe, but actually pretty close. So that's her articulation. Things I like about her so far is the fact that they sculpted in the jacket. That is different. I do wish that they would have just given us the soft goods like they did with Gambit for the jacket. But you know, I don't mind it, other than the fact that it impedes that motion here. I also like the you know, the 97 design, you know, the paint, not the paint, but the uniform. I like the sculpt here for this knee. You know, prevents that hyperextension, plus the fact that the articulation is allowing it to do this versus doing a whole, you know, our legs don't do that swing out like so, that way, back and forth. They can, obviously, but we can more do this. This is a more natural, seems like, articulation point. And so I appreciate that as far as sculpt. Her head is probably one of the better heads that I like as well. I may end up doing a head swap on her on the Marvel Universe. I'm not sure. I just like her facial structure, or even her paint app is pretty good on it. Might give some more actual what is it called, tone there on the hair a little bit, just to kind of make it more popping, and also some probably you know, toning on the face to kind of give her some more life, you know. But she looks really nice, the head sculpt. I'm not complaining about the head sculpt at all. So that's what my initial thoughts, real quick. Here's the ball joint for her head. So places of improvement that I would do, customization thoughts. I'm gonna get to that as soon as as soon as I bring in a Marvel Universe figure here real quick, and I'm gonna let me see if I can find the other one. But there's two figures that that were of Rogue. Okay, first one is the Marvel Universe same suit, and as you can see here, she kind of makes this robe look very short because in comparison, she is much shorter compared to these, comparing these two. This robe here measures probably like four and almost a quarter. Yeah, she's at about 4 1/4, and so that puts her at 6'3" which is that's a good 7 inches taller than what she should be in scale. So the Epic Heroes got it right as far as her size in the scale. She's the right height. She's supposed to be 5'8". She was more 5'8" in the Epic Hero line than she is in the Marvel Universe line. Things I wish, like I said, the Epic series did. Soft goods and the belt, the jacket. Um, you know, those things are different. Plus, of course, you don't have double jointed knees on the Epic Hero. Plus, you don't have foot swivel, ankle swivel at all. This is a swivel and pin or disc swivel, I guess we'll call it. The face of the Marvel Universe in this uniform is just. I think I love this face too. There's nothing wrong with his face. However, with all the other females and all the females in the Marvel Universe line and probably even the Legends, I mean this hair, man, it is, you turn her and there's no way to save or keep a good articulated pose. So when you turn her, look, she just has to look down. That hair is pushing the head down. I think if you had the same type of articulation, this one has a neck swivel, pin and swivel, or disc and pin, and so if this one had that same disc and pin, I think that would be an issue as well. I mean, just because it's just on a ball joint, this hair is not pushing her head down, even though there is force wanting to push the head down, if that makes sense. So there's her in her same uniform. I'm just push pause and see if I can find the other one real quick. All right, I was able to find her, so that's pretty cool. Here we go. So this is her other, I guess it's more a contemporary look in the comics. And I'm having trouble. There we go. I'm having trouble with her legs getting her pose, but she also has a lot of articulation that I enjoy, but she is lacking some articulation. So in some ways, she's much like the Epic, but in other ways, she's a lot like the other Marvel Universe. She's like the Epic in the fact that she is about the same height, so that's a good thing for this figure. Meaning she's at about she's probably at 3 3/4, so she's actually shorter than she is. If I stand her up straight, maybe give her same height. Let's take a look at her real quick. Let's see. They're about the same height. She looks maybe a little taller, but so she's about the same height. The things that are similar to the Epic Hero, real quick, is that she has no ab movement at all. But she does have no, she doesn't at all. I thought there was a cut there. I'm wrong. So if I put her to scale, this one, she too is she's just a little bit over 5'6", so they're about the same height. So they're very similar in that sense. She's also similar in the sense that she has no wrist articulation, and she kind of shares the same articulation on the arms. Where they differ, soft goods. Here, she has a soft goods belt. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. The belt. And she also has double jointed knees, which are really stiff for me real quick. But that lets this one do some crazy posing. And then also ankle articulation. I mean, this is a great ankle for her. One thing that she is lacking is being able to move pivot the ankle here. So that, even though I love this kind of this rocker ankle for figures. I think they also need that swivel at the calf or down at that area. This one actually has it. She's right there, and she has the ankle rocker, right? But she also has a calf, some calf rotation there, so that allows more dynamic posing. Another thing that I did to free her up was, and it wasn't too much, but her legs before this was probably as far apart as you can get them in any posing. But I did some dremeling, and I'm able to get to, make her get more dynamic. And so what I did was, see this? There we go. So right there, this was all plastic at the top. And so I dremeled just a little bit off, so that way the rotation of the leg could go up a little bit more further. So if you have this one and want more articulation up the legs, that's what you can do. And this one could probably use a little bit of that as well. But yeah, so there she is compared to the Marvel Universe, and I think that the other shorter Rogue here with the mohawk, which is obviously different as well, that's her compared to these two. Now, ideas for customization. Along with the head, I'd probably do the double barbell insert here for the head, and just to kind of give you an idea. Oh, she's falling apart. All right, so here's the double-headed, and I actually put blue stuff in there already. All right, so the double-headed barbell looks like this, and I'll pull it off more. Okay, one side bigger, one side smaller. I'm gonna cut off the ball here, insert the small into there, so that way this can pivot and of course still catch the head. Now this bigger ball is smaller than the ball originally, and so it's gonna be loose initially, and that's what that blue stuff was that you saw on Mantis. It helps keep it there, keep the head there. Obviously I need to glue her back together and finish some paint tab. I do want to make her a little bit darker, but yeah, so customization, thought put that double barbell joint there in her neck. Also would probably I will give her a wrist articulation and also ankle ball joint. Okay, and I'm thinking I'd also add a thigh cut there, but I don't know if it'd be necessary, especially with this rotation. Another thing I would want to customize is her waist, and because I got the 5-pack, I kind of already started. Cut her open, so now she'll be able to have a waist swivel. Okay, and what that kind of looks like, and I'll show you on Mantis real quick, is, I'm gonna take off this jacket real quick. Avoid the pins. So with Mantis, I gave her a pin rotation on the wrists as well. So for her thigh rotation, I'm gonna insert some Lego pieces, and if you guys aren't familiar with Lego, that's what this piece looks like, and it has a kind of a pressure point, not pressure point, but a resistance points on the around here, so that way when you put this on, it's not just loose. You have to give it some torque in order to make her move. And so that's what her, and then top will have that other insert that catches this. So that's what I'll do with Rogue. So I'll put this insert, put that insert in there, and then she'll be able to have that waist articulation. And so that's kind of what she'll look like. Let's see if I get that head. Where did he go? Mantis, there you are. Okay, and so again, I'll do the same thing with her head. And once this is all glued up, it'll be nice and tight, but she'll have decent articulation at the head, kind of like this Mantis. She also have that rotation at the wrist. And with Mantis, I put, because she carries pistols, those pistols, I gave her a little bit of rotation there at the wrist, so that way it's easier to pose. I also gave her a thigh swivel, see that, and the rockers, and that's what I would do with Rogue as well. Give her some rocker joints at the ankle, so she's more dynamic, and so she can, do what she's got to do. Rotate, keep her feet square on the floor, all that good stuff. And do I have the feet on right? I think I actually have the feet on backwards on her. That's more my fault than anything. I was kind of putting together in a rush the other day. Another thing I would possibly do for modification or for customization is, because I have two of them. I got one in a 5-pack, and then I obviously have the original one that came out of the package you saw open. Is I would consider making this into a Polaris in the blue uniform, and I think she would make a great Polaris as a customizer. Obviously, still do the articulation point customization as well, but I mean, she has the jacket. She has the rolled up sleeves that Polaris has in some of her uniforms. So it's a possibility. There's a couple other possibilities that you can customize her into if you also got her in the individual pack and got her in the 5-pack. There's a couple other possibilities that you can do. Dazzler would be a good one. Who else? I mean, there's a couple others who have that same, that sport look, the sport jacket look, the gloves, and the high boots. There's a couple other people. And so another customization job you can do is you can actually grind off the molded jacket, free up her arms a little bit more so that she's more like her, where her arms are free, and then give her a soft goods jacket like the one she has here, or one like this that I had on Mantis, and she would fit that pretty well, I think, as well. Even now, before, hold on one second. That hair is big, I'll say that. It will. I'm questioning whether that articulation there at the neck's gonna really mess up her head movement or posability. But she can, if you grind down that first jacket, that molded on jacket, and give her a soft good jacket, and that's something that she can look something like that. Now this is a longer female jacket. This one is just shorter in nature, which would probably suit her better anyway. So, but that's kind of what she looked like. So that's Epicuro Rogue. She is, I think she fits in well. She fits in better than the as far as height's concerned. She's better. She's more in line with the actual scale. She's supposed to be 5'8". She runs about 5'7", maybe a little bit more in scale, and so that's right on. She's at she's right there at 5'6", 5'7", a little bit more. Same thing with this Marvel, or I think this is Marvel Infinite series, and these two they fit in the scale, whereas this one she's towering above them, and that's probably the only downside to her as a figure. She looks great. If I had to choose between the Marvel Universe and the Epic Hero, even though there's disparity in her height within the scale, Marvel Universe hands down. She just has articulation points that are just phenomenal, and she looks great. Again, if we were to do a head swap, let's see if I can pull this head off without breaking her. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go heat it up real quick. I'll be right back. All right, got the heat gun going. So her head is different. Just taking a look at the two different heads, right? They are different looking heads. Which one I like better, and if I were to choose between these two, maybe this one. I don't think I mean, this one's cool. You know, it's a unique look for Rogue, but I don't think I would put that as a top look for me for her. So I put her to the side. Okay, this is a nice Rogue, but for the uniform, these two heads, I don't know. I'd need to do some more wash probably on this one to really evaluate. I like this one a lot. That's just the truth. But if I were to do a head swap onto this Rogue, this is what she would look like. Okay, she doesn't look bad. It fits, you know. You just need some that blue stuff, like I was saying. She actually might, you know, she keeps her. This one keeps the pose better than the original head, so that's has it going for her. So what the Epic looks like with the I can't do it because the head ball is too tight, too big a head ball. I mean, this is kind of what she would look like within that, without the jacket, of course, because she didn't come with that jacket, but she look something like that. Obviously that would go down further, but they swap pretty well. They swap pretty well. Let's see about this one. All right, and here she is on that kind of look of you know, that look in the workout uniform, if you will, the kind of more modern look. I don't think she looks good in this one at all. I think if you're gonna use that Rogue, that body, this is the head you want to use for this one. She just looks better with it. But she definitely looks good within the Marvel Universe taller version of her. So overall thoughts on the Epic Hero series Rogue. I like her. Like I said, if I had to choose between one and the other, I would definitely choose the Marvel Universe Rogue, hands down, no questions. Let's see what she looks like. I just like her posability better. She looks better, even though she is not to scale. You know, she's kind of towering above. Oh, this head will not fit it. So this head doesn't fit her. You have to widen her up, but I think this would look pretty good on this head, on that body. Just open up that hole a little bit more. Wouldn't look bad. Wouldn't look bad. Anyway, that's Rogue and the Epic Hero series. Things I appreciate again. I like her height. I like her head sculpt. I may use the arms for some type of jacket in the future. One thing I don't like about the Marvel Universe is, man, look, these arms should be a little bit. I mean, her height her arms should be a little bit longer. In fact, you know, that's one thing I have. My one gripe: she looks like she has short arms, and, you know, little T-Rex. But other than that, hands down to Marvel Universe Rogue. I like the paint app that they have for the Epic Hero series. The green jacket, I mean, everybody talks about it. I don't mind it. Like I said, if I were, you know, I may use the arms for another female character if I don't use those Rogue arms. So that's her. I appreciate her head sculpt, her knee pivot points, much better than the other Epic Hero series, and yeah, that's where she's at. Her effect, again, I'm not too impressed, but it's there. I don't mind it. It's fun. It works. But that's the Epic Hero series Rogue, 4-inch scale. Great to be in scale. Not as tall as her, and that's what kind of puts her above her, metaphorically speaking. Obviously not literally, because she's still shorter than her, even without her head. Anyway, that's the Epic Hero series. Hey, just so you know, If we get to 50 subscribers by the end of this month, I am going to do a giveaway for a couple of female jackets, or a female jacket like this one, or one that is more like this one. If we get to 100, I'll give away the jacket, and I'll also give away to one lucky winner who puts a comment in any of the videos. I'm going to give a couple of heads, maybe some hands, and maybe even a male trench coat jacket. So I just want to let you guys know, subscribe, share the content. I just want to see if we can get this up to 50 subscribers. And if we get to 100, man, I'll make that reward even better. So if we get to 100, give out the lady jacket. If at 100, we'll also give out the male trench coat and some heads. And I might even throw some heads and hands with the female jacket at 50K. Just depends on how much we get. Anyway, that's Rogue Epic Hero Series. Hope you guys enjoy. Blessings.